That's it, right? Or do we not? Or do we have to go to Target?
I need white socks and spray and
laundry detergent. What about just? Oh, you have
now, do you have Amazon? Can they send it to you? Cool.
I don't know. I've never ordered from Amazon to my school before.
All you gotta do is put in another. You have Amazon? Is she on the account?
I don't know. She seems to buy stuff on there. She bought her books on there.
Oh.
You know my password?
I have Amazon student.
Oh, so it's not on my account. I'm not going to be able to send your book back for you unless you send me the information. Where's the money coming on your Amazon account? From your debit card?
I have a student number.
I don't know if it's going to show on my account though. I don't know how to send it back. I need to know how to send it back before it's too late. Is that the book that he gave you?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, I'll get. He takes.
What
size sneak do you take again? 13? 12?
Probably around that.
No. I think those are 11 or 11 and a half.
Should I get 11 and a half?
I think so, yeah. Are they tight at all, Tyler? Yeah.
No, they're not tight.
Do I have to get Velcro?
As soon as he steps on a nail.
Should I get Velcro or tie?
Whatever you want. She does a lot of walking.
Can I get rainbow colored shoes, or would that be putting LGBT plus rights too much over racial equality?
Well, Tyler, maybe you should swap out shoes for that hat. It's hot and it's dirty. You can't wear it every day of your life for the next year. You know, it's got to be washed out by hand and taken care of. You don't want to.
Yeah, I got to take care of this hat.
You're gonna go bald because you're not letting your hair breathe.
I already went bald when I did Bald for Bucks.
I mean, so it never grows hair.
Yes.
The Mexican? Yeah.
And I'll go bald again when I do Bald for Bucks again. Even though by then I still definitely won't have enough hair.
What's that? What's that?
Here's your soup, Tom.
Thank you. And hooray, I got a spoon.
Is this just tomato to it, or is there soup?
I have no idea.
Can I eat the lemon?
Can you eat the lemon?
Yeah.
Of course you can.
How was the time?
Good.
We're good.
You guys want to share?
No, that's okay. It's good. You're hungry, you can have it. What's in there?
I'll take a bite.
Want it?
Can I not take a bite?
What's in there?
Can I try to take a bite for this?
Yeah.
What's in there?
Can I have a bite, please? If it's not too much.
Oh, you got.
I know.
You got meatballs too, right?
I just wanted to try it.
What is it?
I know I have my own.
I have a good idea.
Can you take 2 pieces of shrimp?
Oh, shrimp in there?
That's shrimp.
Oh, I might take a bite
Yeah.
too. I might take a bite
You
too.
guys are taking all the food.
There. Now you can have the rest. It looks good, Bree. So it's got, what is it, shrimp inside? You guys can get the pork? Well, yeah, I think I could have got that for a meal.
What Brianna got for a meal? The meatballs are good.
It is good. It was ceviche.
Those are just fresh stuff. How's the meatballs, John?
Good.
Can I try a meatball?
Sure.
I thought you ate it.
Not on his.
On hers. I thought you tried it.
She had shrimp. I mean, I had 1 piece of shrimp. You got a whole bunch of them.
Oh.
Half of them.
Brianna's like, give me food.
I mean, I didn't think I didn't eat all day.
What? I only had a salad that was like
Yeah,
470 calories.
You want a meatball, Dad? You can have one.
Yeah, put it in here, Tom. I want to try it.
Idea. I got it. It's good.
Thanks, Tom.
What, the meatball? Better than this?
Oh, you're...
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think it said there would be avocados on here. In here.
Good.
Yes, they are.
Very good, healthy food. Yeah, that's delicious, man. Mom will have to replicate it. So there's shrimp in there.
Thank you, Mom.
When I got that double quarter pounder, it came with pickles, onions, and everything. The first few bites were kind of plain, but then it got much better as I went into it. And that Oreo McFlurry I had before then was great. It was sweet, but I got a brain freeze while eating it. Because I'm a fast eater. But then the brain freeze went away and I finished the Oreo McFlurry. I hope I'm able to fall asleep tonight when we go to bed at the hotel. I fell asleep while you were getting Brianna packed in.
Right.
But I woke up to a good-looking room that was complete and well.
That's a nice room. It should be.
I fell asleep on a bare mattress with my face to the mattress in a way.
Woke up with your face. Oh yeah, you fell asleep.
You fell asleep on Mary's bed before Mary fell asleep on her bed.
And the only thing I took off were my shoes. And that's only because
Brianna said so.
Because we don't want to get the mattress dirty.
Right. Man, I'm just hungry.
That's pretty tasty.
I want to get dessert too. It's only $4 and I'll pay for it myself. If you want me to.
Yeah.
And I bet you will after all that stuff I've gotten.
I want dessert.
Every single time.
How's the soup though, Tom?
Good.
Is it like a tomato soup with meatballs and avocado in it?
Yep. How would you feel if I started volunteering at ESWA again?
What's that?
Eastern Service Workers Association. Do you think they're a progressive cause?
I don't know. Don't you have to go places? They come and pick you up and take you there?
Yeah, they can provide their own transport. I just have to call Bali, find his number. I believe I put him in as a contact.
Well, then they're going to come and get you while you're at school.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ty. I don't really like to be down in the heart of the city.
I've got a lot of decisions to make about how I want to live my life. And I want to live it in the most progressive way possible, doing the most good for the most people.
I hear you.
Unlike Mr. President, who just wants to make money off the presidency. And do whatever else he wants to do instead of doing what's good for the people. Instead of building the wall, the president should build a bridge, even though there isn't a continuous body of water from along the U.S.-Mexican border. It's a very important metaphor. Yeah. Instead of dividing us, the president should unify us. You know? When we all work together, we can get more done. This is good soup.
Did you drink my water?
No, I didn't drink your water. There was ice in this glass, and it melted and turned into water. Excuse me.
Why don't you take the lemon out of it?
They wanted lemon juice. They added more to it. Like, so that
You got a knife, a fork, a spoon.
What was in there? What was in there? Tomatoes, onions, shrimp. Tomato, onions, red onions, shrimp, cilantro, cucumber, and avocado.
Haven't I made the exact identical thing?
Almost. I think, yeah. Just the ratio was different. More tomato.
The one, in the one I did?
No, in this one. Ooh, that's a breeze. That's cool.
Yeah, breeze. That's nice.
It's cold.
You know, Dad, what do you think the most progressive army ever was? Well, the Union Army during the Civil War would be a good contender. They fought to free the slaves, and they succeeded because they showed great valor in the name of freedom. But even before the Civil War, there were people who showed valor. Have you ever heard of the term bleeding Kansas? It refers to kind of a warm-up to the Civil War that happened during...
Bleeding Kansas?
Yeah, it happened, sort of warm-up to the Civil War that happened in Kansas. I believe one of the events was the sack of Lawrence. Though I could be getting the name of the town wrong. Excuse me. I looked this all up on Wikipedia. The Pactoa Massacre, John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, Battle of Blackjack. One should really go in and read into the details of everything that happened during Bleeding Kansas. And subsequently, the Civil War.
Somebody's birthday.
Guys, let's say it's someone's birthday.
I'm assuming that I'm going to get the pineapple hard toast with my food.
Maybe.
With the entree. Why do you think we were born in the period of time we were now? Why weren't we born earlier or later?
How do you know we weren't?
What?
What?
What's that?
We could have been. Reincarnated.
Reincarnated? Yeah, it's possible we could have been reincarnated. Anything's possible when it comes to that sort of question. Oh, the thing is, it would have been great to be in the Union Army.
You think?
Fighting for civil rights, the most basic civil rights possible, and then I would have fought for to complete construction. But hopefully it wouldn't be quite so violent. You know, the Reconstruction era. Peace was not very well known at that particular place, at that particular time. It was around the Old West era, kind of, when the Civil War happened. And we know how the Wild West was. Hey, Dad, can you film me for a minute so I can finish my soup?
All done?
Yeah. Do you think for Halloween I could get a real Union soldier uniform?
Real?
Real?
Yeah. Or at least something that's authentic enough?
Maybe. All you really need is like a blue suit.
There's also the belt.
Yeah.
Then again, they do have Civil War reenactments. When do they do those? Do they do those in Rochester?
They might.
Do what?
The Civil War reenactments. It's kind of like being in a play.
Hamlin, I think.
Hamlin?
Hamlin, I think so they do that, yeah.
Where's Hamlin?
It's like near Hilton.
Is being in a Civil War reenactment progressive? Because is there a... Do you think they're going to make a virtual reality game based off of the Civil War? And you could be a Union soldier?
Me.
What's that?
Say Dad. Say Mom. Mom?
Yeah, Tyler.
You like Harley Davidson, right? I believe you've heard of Donald Trump's crusade against Harley Davidson, right? Well, I heard.
What are you talking about? It doesn't make something about where they make the motorcycles or something.
I guess, or maybe it has something to do with moving operations overseas, something like that. I'll have to refresh my memory on that. All I know is that the president doesn't like Harley Davidson very much right now.
Really? It must be something.
And did I say his name?
It must be something financial. That's what I'm thinking, right?
I did say his name.
Yes, you did.
Oops. His statement on John McCain when he died was the shortest of all the statements.
Really?
Oh wow.
According to what I've seen.
That's you, Brianna.
Yep, that's me. Just a tweet.
That's not you, Ty.
That's your
Thank you
sister.
so much.
Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me. I'm waiting.
Chimichanga, is that you, Brian?
That's me.
Do you have the pineapple jartos?
Yes.
Oh,
Pineapple?
yes, please. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What did you hear, honey? What did you get, honey? There you go.
There you go, Kyle.
Thanks.
Good.
It looks amazing.
It does look quite good. Is that your stuff? Over there? Is that his stuff, Brian?
I think that's mine.
What's that?
That's his stuff there. What's it, Tyler? What did you get?
I got a steak with a cheese enchilada.
It's a good way to go.
Wow.
This is amazing. The peppers are pretty good.
Oh, you got chimichangas?
You know, I watched a History Channel video.
Rice and beans and the paper glasses.
bagel.
Thank you.
Hot potato.
That's hot, Tyler.
Okay. Hot temperature wise?
No, don't touch the plate. The bottom of the plate's hot.
Oh.
Yep, Mom said you could.
Huh, you know, I watched a History Channel video on the events leading up to the Civil War on Bleeding Kansas.
Oh, you did? That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, except it seems kind of historically inaccurate to me.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, they depicted John Brown getting stabbed in the chest on one side by a U.S. Marine with a dagger.
Why was that yours? Why was that not accurate?
According to one U.S. Marine's account on Wikipedia, John Brown was hit with a saber, which is much longer than a dagger, and he was hit in the back of the neck with the saber.
Oh.
And then he was hit in the left breast with a sword. I believe the saber. So why would the History Channel show this? Thank you. Thank you very much.
How was it, Jeff? Is that guac right there?
Those U.S.
You got a
Marines.
steak and a chimney. What is that? An enchilada?
Yeah, cheese enchilada. And I got the steak well done. Mmm. The food is nice and warm.
You might have to cut that steak down.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a very good job with one hand. I could pick the whole thing up with my fork, but that would be really inappropriate considering all the sauce.
Can you cut it with the side of your knife?
I could try to cut it with my fork, the side of the fork. Or even this. Thank you. Apparently the U.S. Marines were under the command of Robert E. Lee when they stormed Harper's Ferry. John Brown survived, but he was convicted of treason and was hanged. John Brown? An abolitionist, of course. One of the most famous. He committed a great deal of violence, but he did it for what he believed to be a good cause. Actually, a good cause in freeing the slaves, but again, it was during a period of time in which peace was not well known. Nobody really thought much to resolve it peacefully, although there were efforts to resolve it peacefully. It's just, I guess violence still happened anyway.
Well, they were
despite,
having an issue?
yeah, over slavery. The North won because they were on the right side here. Didn't you hear from Martin Luther King Jr. that the arc of the universe is long, but it leads towards justice?
No, I actually didn't hear that expression before.
I have. Great man Martin Luther King Jr. was. Great man.
That's a good one. Are you going to be able to cut that?
There has never been a war more progressive than the Civil War. Or except maybe when we went into World War II, maybe. I mean, preventing the Holocaust was an extremely good thing.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Well, stopping the Holocaust, I mean, not preventing it.
Yeah,
Stopping
yeah, I
it.
was about to say.
Oops. Whoops, didn't mean to say that. We stopped the Holocaust. Though it would have been even better had we prevented it altogether. Though I think that that was in the hands of the German people. The steak is good.
Did you just now try it?
Yes. I was eating onions and tomatoes.
Healthy.
Think of all the lives we could have saved think of all the lives that would have been saved if the Holocaust had been prevented.
How many people were killed in
Like 6 million.
Yeah.
Weren't some not even Jewish?
Yeah. About 6 million Jews. And then more.
Them could have been our ancestors.
Yeah. Personally, I support the BDS movement, but it's also important because I support human rights, but it's also important to support it's important to not be anti-Semitic. Because while abusing the human rights of Palestinians is bad, so is abusing the human rights of Jews. That's bad too. You don't want to do one bad in exchange for stopping another. You've got to respect the human rights of all humans, not just the human rights of some humans. Which is why Trump separating children from their parents at the border was a terrible thing.
He didn't change anything. The other presidents did the same thing.
Did they?
No, not true.
We have fact-checking sites for that.
I don't know, that's what I read.
Well, you subscribe to a certain network of beliefs.
So
Really good enough?
have you ever gotten a vaccine, Mom? You did? But you don't get vaccines anymore.
She doesn't need them anymore.
What?
She doesn't need them anymore. She reached a certain age.
I think that's the reason why I don't get vaccines either. I don't think I need vaccines. I mean, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I believe in getting vaccines because they prevent serious life-threatening diseases. I believe in getting vaccines. I just don't think I need vaccines because I haven't gotten sick in a long time. In my college composition class, I wrote a paper in support of mandatory vaccinations.
Really?
Yes. Because you don't want
I thought
to.
you were for the rights of people.
Yes. Oh. Oh, you mean the right to not vaccinate? Well,
The right to choose.
I guess you could do that, but if you do that, you risk getting a life-threatening disease. That's why it's very good. Thank you. That's why it's important to have political discussions. They impact every aspect of our lives. I mean, I'll have you know that California just enacted the strongest net neutrality bill ever heard because it got repealed. I hope New York does the same. I hope every state does the same. We deserve an open and free internet. As a YouTuber with nearly 3,000 subscribers, an open internet is very important to me. I use the internet every day of my life. Every day. That was a good steak.
Wow, we got that.
And you know, political discussions can get very complex. I'm going to do a whole lot of volunteer work. And I'm going to get in the political system. Political office.